Alright, hello YouTube, it's Alerts109 here and Go Vols, here with positions and basic strategy for FPS shooters. In my time in competitive and instructional squad leader roles, I always like to teach two basic positions, and I'm going to use Battlefield as my basis because in my opinion that's the most tactical shooter around. That's really popular. A lot of people play it. It's my favorite FPS out there. So you really have two positions that you're really going to worry about. There's your flanker. Other people also call it a hunter-killer. Hunter-killers are going to be flankers. But when you're playing flanker, you're not always going to be in a hunter-killer role. I was always a flanker. Your flankers are always your experienced guys, your guys with some natural talent, usually have really high kill-death ratios. And the whole point of this is that situational awareness is key for the flanker role. What you want to do is you want to get your team together, say it's a 6-on-6, right? 8-on-8, whatever. You want to have the core of your team be what's called fire line members. Their whole point is to get into the fray and set a basic line of combat where the battle line is going to be drawn. They're going to be doing stuff. You're going to have a lot of engineers, support class people, a couple of assault class with a medic roles. And the whole point of the flanker is that you set up the fire line, and their role is to go around the map, go around the flank. They need to have a little bit of stealth with this. They need to be able to take on the more advanced players in the game because guess what? The other team's going to have flankers too. And smarter players gravitate towards the flanker role because you realize that when you're in the fray and you're in the crossfire, you're pretty much going to get a lot of deaths because of all the lead that's going to get thrown around. So the flanker's job, go around the side, kill off the better players, and in the respawn time, they get around the back, around the side, and mow down the opposing fire line. A lot of people that don't coordinate in teams don't understand this concept. They just run, they gun, and they don't realize what they're getting drawn into. They don't realize that you're setting up the fire line, that you're getting in position to destroy their whole team. It's fantastic. So the downside to being a flanker is that if you're not as good as the other flanker, or if the other team is setting up two-man teams to guard the flanks or whatever, you're going to have a couple deaths. That a good flanker wants to get over 23 kills, 23, and you want to have them around 13 and under deaths. So that's, ideally I would really say 26. You want to have them with a 2.0 kill-death ratio or something gravitating towards that. My kill-death ratio is something like 1.87. It's not the greatest in the world because I don't always play in the team. Yeah, I like to go out there, lone wolf it, play hunter-killer. The key to a good flanker is that you want to either be an engineer or an assault class because you want to have that assault rifle. You want to be versatile. You're going to hear a lot from me on all my videos on this, that versatility is key. You want to be able to engage long distance, medium distance. You want to be able to move around in close spaces. You need to be able to engage in all sorts of situations. And as a player in general, you want to stay versatile. Speed kills. Your reaction time kills. Your ability to be mobile kills. And the better you're at handling those higher speeds, the better of a flanker you're going to be. Now, over to the Fireline team members, these guys, you're not necessarily a bad player if you're a Fireline. It's all about what your play style is. If you're all about speed and getting the most kills, you're probably going to gravitate towards a flanker role. But if you want to defend yourself, if you play a more defensive game where you like to play behind cover and work with your team and keep people next to you because you feel safe, that gives you some comfort and some support, you want to be a fireline guy, because great fireline members can essentially make the flankers role a whole lot easier. Because if you're keeping pressure on the fire line, if you're pressing the fire line, if you're dominating the line of scrimmage, to use a football term, then the flankers role becomes so much easier because the other team's going to gravitate into that. They're going to get sucked into it. The fire line's main job is to be a distraction. And in order to be a good distraction, you have to be dangerous. If they don't fear your fire line, they're going to concentrate on the flanker. And that's going to make the flanker's job hell. I cannot tell you how many games I've been where I'm on a weak team, they're just running around, making a mess, and I'm just getting thrown into rooms with 4, 5 guys. I'm taking out 3 or 4 of them, and I'm still getting dropped. Or I'm getting dropped before I even get in the door and get a shot off. It's aggravating for a flanker when your fire line is weak. So good fire line members are essential. If you like to play a support class, you're going to be a fire line guy. I'm sorry, but you're too slow to be a flanker. You've got that big gun, lots of rounds on the clip. You can participate in long engagements. You can help your other fire team members throwing down ammo. Engineers can be in here because if you run into vehicles, you want to be able to take them out. Snipers, a little bit different position. Snipers don't want to be on the main fire line. They want to be sitting a little bit back, but sort of a third position. It's the lone wolf position. And snipers are crucial for that. So fire line guys, it's really important that you stay defensive. Stick to cover. Make sure you watch where your shots are. You want to have, across the board, spatial awareness, situational awareness is key. You need to know where the enemy is, how they're moving, and how best to keep them in your cone of fire, in your crossfire. Crucial. So now we're going to go into some basic strategy here with the flanker and the fire line members. The flanker guys, you got to be quick. Speed kills. Versatility kills. I'm going to post a video here in a couple minutes. It's going to be all about how to build a great flanker class for Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4. And I developed a lot of this by doing a lot of one-on-ones in Black Ops 2. I personally don't own Black Ops 2. A lot of people do. I'm not a big fan of the Black Ops series, but Black Ops 2 did really give you all the tools to essentially be a fantastic flanker, be a fantastic speed player. Flankers are all about speed. So you've got to be able to sort of use the map to your advantage. You need to know where the fire line is and stay out of sight. If you're running out in the open, you're going to get picked off by snipers. You're going to get caught by the fire line and they're going to redirect fire on you. You're going to be in a whole world of hurt. So you need to be able to hug a little bit closer to the walls. You really need to know the maps so that you know how best to get into different situations. And you need to be able to have quick reflexes. This is key because you're going to run into a lot of 2-on-1 situations. So you need to be able to engage the farther target first. Now, people wonder, why would you engage the farther target? Don't you want to shoot the guy that's right there in front of you? No. Because what a flanker's going to do is when you come into an engagement, you got your gun up, right? You come around a corner, you got 2 guys, right? One of them staring right in front of you. Well, if you do a quick strafe over to the left or the right, his aim's going to be off a little bit. Ideally, you want to put the farther guy in line with the closer guy when you strafe. But you need to put bullets onto that farther guy. If you can kill him before you get lined up, that's all the better. Because that's one guy you don't have to worry, less guy you have to worry about killing you later. And on top of that, that guy's so close you can probably knife him, melee him, do all sorts of stuff with that guy. But if you don't, your bullets are going to go straight through this guy. He's going to go down and you're going to nail the second guy who's almost dead anyways. So it's really, really good on conserving ammo. Always reload after every conflict. Every conflict. As long as there's not immediate and present danger, reload. Because you don't want to be that guy sitting with 10 rounds in the clip, guy pops around the corner, you miss your first 5-6 shots, and then all of a sudden, bam, you're gone. So, because you got to reload. And I'm sorry, but switching to that secondary, to your secondary, to your pistol, it's not fast enough when bullets are flying at you. It's just not. Speed kills. You want to switch to your secondary when you're out of ammo and there's immediate danger still present. Reloading is going to be your key. As for the fire line members, cover. Cover, 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 cover. You want to find the low walls. You want to be able to sit there behind the low walls, see where your opponent's at, and be able to get up and pop off shots, suppressing fire. This is stuff that pulls directly from the military. There's a reason why the military uses this. It's because it works. And it works in first-person shooters too. Now, I'll get a little bit in depth in a later video as to how each class works in these specifics. But fire line members, cover. And then secondly, do not just unload your trigger. Do not do it. You don't want to pop out and just da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Burst. Short bursts. 2-3 shots. Da-da-da, 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 da-da-da. Quick burst, because what releasing that trigger does is it resets your cone of fire. That crosshair is going to go from this when you're firing rapidly and go to this. If you do burst fire, it goes da-da-da, 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 da-da-da. So you're able to maintain fast and accurate fire on the mark. That's really crucial for support classes, for guns that can't reach out and touch somebody, like the engineer's submachine gun classes. And then just to close up the video and talk a little bit about the lone wolf class, snipers. If you're a small map, don't do it. It's bad for you. Even if you've got like a Glock 18 and you're able to fully automatic, you're not carrying an assault rifle, and it's not that accurate. So you're not going to be ideal in close quarter situations. So you need to switch up a little bit. Be aware of the map and what you're dealing with. Situational awareness, situational awareness, situational awareness at all times. This is the key tip that's going to make everybody that sees this better. Analyze what's going on. Use your brain. If you're a sniper, you want to be back way off the fire line, and you want to pick off the other snipers first. Look for other snipers first, and then concentrate on the main fire line. Because if you don't take out the other snipers are looking for you. Be a counter sniper first, and then a fire support team member second. And then, if the fire line's really handling well, they're not getting a lot of pop shots, a lot of shots popping off at you, help out your flanker. If your flanker's about to walk in and there's that guy sitting behind the corner just waiting for him, pop that fool in the head. Do it. If you drop him, your flanker's going to get around and it's going to help you out. With that said, basic positions have been covered. Hunter-killers, that's a free-for-all term. Speed kills. That's the guy that's just running around and he just kills anything in sight. As Erwin Rommel says, in the absence of orders, find something and kill it. Everybody, whether you're fire line, flanker, lone wolf, whatever. If there's not a battle line set up, find something and kill it. Because what's going to happen is that everybody's going to gravitate towards that death. You're going to set the battle line, and then your strategy comes back into play. So help everybody out. Be a good team player. Be a hunter-killer. Versatility kills, spatial awareness kills, and most of all, speed kills. This is Lurus 109 with some basic strategy and free first-person shooter positions, and I am signing out.